Hey guys, it's Tim Thief, and welcome back to another video. And today I thought I want to start a new series called Basketball Talk. I know I'm known to be a gamer, specifically an NBA 2K gamer, but I know a lot about basketball too, and feel like I should talk about it more often. Before we talk about Lonzo Ball, which is today's topic for the video, I want to discuss the sudden passing of David Stern, one of the NBA's past commissioners, who was the commissioner from 1984 to 2014, 30 years. David Stern passed away of a brain hemorrhage today on January 1st, 2020. I hope he rests in peace, and I send my condolences to his family. Now, today we're going to be talking about kind of a weird topic. Lonzo Ball. There are a lot of mixed feelings about him, and I feel like I should say something about him. Also, the topic of today's video comes from the Flight Mike YouTube video that I saw. I saw the video and thought, hey, I know a lot about basketball. I know about Lonzo Ball. Why don't I talk about him? So, I'll put his link to his channel in the video in the description. So, there are typically two labels people put on Lonzo Ball, and they are project and bust. I'm going to be 100% honest and say I don't want to put him in any of those labels. We called Andrew Wiggins a bust, and look where he is now. Last year, he averaged 18.1 points per game, 2.5 assists, 4.8 rebounds per game, and a steal on 41.2% shooting from the field and 33.9% shooting from three-point range. This year, he's averaging 24.8 points per game, 3.3 assists, 5.4 rebounds, and 1.1 blocks on 44.6% shooting from the field and 32.6% shooting from three-point range. Mind you, this is Andrew Wiggins' 5th year in the league, so maybe Lonzo is a late bloomer like Andrew Wiggins, so I don't want to put the label of bust on Lonzo yet, but I will say he is underperforming. Before I give my evidence as to why he's underperforming, I want to remind you that all of this is sports. In sports, everyone's allowed to have their own opinion. Why do you think all these analyzers are getting paid so much money? That's because they have their own different and unique opinions on certain players and different matters. So in the comments, if you have your own opinion, I want you to respectfully disagree and give me your reasoning, like we're having a conversation. When I gave my opinion on a Lonzo Ball video, like the video of the Flight Mike that I was talking about earlier, someone literally told me to go eat a fart. Yeah, the toxicity. Now, I don't watch a lot of Pelicans games, so I think I found a reasonable way to tell if Lonzo's underperforming or not. I've decided to compare the stats of Lonzo to star point guards from some of our most recent draft classes. First, let's compare him to another fellow point guard from his draft class, De'Aaron Fox. In his rookie year, De'Aaron Fox averaged 11.6 points per game, 4.4 assists, 2.8 rebounds, and 1 steal on 41.2% shooting from the field and 30.7% shooting from three-point range. In Lonzo's rookie year, he averaged 10.2 points per game, 7.2 assists, 6.9 rebounds, and 1.7 steals on 36% shooting from the field and 30% shooting from three-point range. The rookie season may not matter, but let's compare the stats so far in the 2019-2020 NBA season. As of January 1st, 2020, De'Aaron Fox is averaging 17.1 points per game, 6.8 assists, 3.9 rebounds, and 1.1 steals on 46.4% shooting from the field and 32% shooting from three-point range. As of January 1st, 2020, Lonzo Ball is averaging 10.8 points per game, 5.3 assists, 5.1 rebounds, 1.2 steals, 38.3% shooting from the field, and a career-high 36.1% shooting from three-point range. For a year where Lonzo is supposed to thrive with no LeBron in the way, he's actually doing worse in some statistical categories. The only way to compensate is that Lonzo is playing fewer minutes than last year, and the fact that we're not even halfway through the season yet. Now, may I mind you, I don't believe stats are everything. I'm only using stats because I don't watch New Orleans Pelicans games, so I can't really say anything about what I see, only what I hear and know. Second, let's compare Lonzo to the 3rd overall pick of the 2018 NBA draft, Luka Doncic. In his first year, Luka averaged 21.2 points per game, 6 assists, 7.8 rebounds, and 1.1 steals on 42.7% shooting from the field and 32.7% shooting from three-point range. In his first year, Lonzo averaged 10.2 points per game, 7.2 assists, 6.9 rebounds, 1.7 steals on 36% shooting from the field and just 30% shooting from 3-point range. Just looking at the rookie year numbers, you can obviously see a very significant difference in numbers. This year, Luka is averaging 29 points per game, 8.9 assists, 9.5 rebounds, and 1.2 steals on 47.1% shooting from the field and 31.6% shooting from 3-point range. This year, Lonzo is averaging 10.8 points per game, 5.3 assists, 5.1 rebounds, 1.2 steals, 38.3% shooting from the field, and a career high 36.1% shooting from 3-point range. The only way to compensate for this comparison is that Luka has a lot of experience playing against, like grown men, unlike Lonzo, who played in college, whereas Luka played in the EuroLeague. Also, come on, it's Luka Doncic. What do you expect?
Got it.
There it is. In the corner, Luka goes in. How did he do it? How did he do it? That is Luka magic.
Third, let's compare Lonzo to a more traditional point guard from the same draft class as Luka Doncic, Trae Young. Trae Young reminds me a lot of Lonzo in college, a lot of dribbling, passing, and shooting threes, and they both also remind me of Stephen Curry. In Trae Young's rookie year, he averaged 19.1 points per game, 8.1 assists, and 3.7 rebounds on 41.8% shooting from the field and 32.4% shooting from 3-point range. In Lonzo's rookie year, he averaged 10.2 points per game, 7.2 assists, 6.9 rebounds, and 1.7 steals on 36% shooting from the field and 30% shooting from 3-point range. This year, Trae Young is averaging a career high in almost every major statistical category, excluding blocks. He's averaging 28.5 points per game, 8.3 assists, 4.3 rebounds, and 1.2 steals on 44.4% shooting from the field and 36.8% shooting from 3-point range. This year, Lonzo is averaging 10.8 points per game, 5.3 assists, 5.1 rebounds, and 1.2 steals on 38.3% shooting from the field and a career high 36.1% shooting from 3-point range. The only way to compensate this comparison is that Trae is getting more minutes than Lonzo. Finally, let's compare Lonzo to this year's second pick in the NBA draft and recently voted Memphis Sports Person of 2019, Ja Morant. This year, Ja is averaging 17.4 points per game, 6.5 assists, 3.2 rebounds, and 1 steal on 46.6% shooting from the field and 39.7% shooting from 3-point range. In Lonzo's rookie year, Lonzo averaged 10.2 points per game, 7.2 assists, 6.9 rebounds, 1.7 steals on just 36% shooting from the field and 30% shooting from 3-point range. Ja did better in points and shooting percentages, but in Lonzo's rookie year, Lonzo does have the advantage of assists, rebounds, and steals. This year, Lonzo is averaging 10.8 points per game, 5.3 assists, 5.1 rebounds, 1.2 steals, and 38.3% shooting from the field and a career high 36.1% shooting from 3-point range. Comparing the stats from this year, Ja is actually doing better than Lonzo in everything but steals. I don't really know if I can find a way to compensate for Lonzo's performance as Ja is only playing one more minute than Lonzo. I guess you could say I guess you could say that Brandon Ingram doing well this year doesn't let Lonzo shine a little more. In conclusion, do I think Lonzo's a bust? No. Like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, we all called Andrew Wiggins a bust, but now in his 5th year, he's doing really well. Lonzo might just be a late bloomer. I'm not going to call Lonzo a bust, but I will say he is underperforming to the standards he was put up to in his rookie year, and now since there's no LeBron or some of the drama following his dad, him with him in New Orleans. And just to clarify, I'm not saying LeBron or Brandon Ingram are stunting his growth. I'm just saying when LeBron is averaging 27.4 points per game, you might not score as much. Same as Brandon Ingram this year, just not averaging 27.4. I feel like under the right coaching team, Lonzo could really do well. There are teams out there that really need a young point guard like Lonzo to replace their starting point guards, such as in Minnesota and Detroit. And before you bombard me in the comments saying, "How dare you say that Lonzo can replace Derrick Rose in Detroit?" Remember, Derrick Rose is a 6 man. But once again, if you disagree with me about anything I said in this video, please let me know in the comments respectfully and back your claim up with some evidence, and not tell me to eat a fart. I cried for days after that incident happened. Anyway, thank you for watching the video, guys. Stay awesome, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. Okay, guys, I just finished recording the whole video and editing it, but in the end, I just realized how much of a Lonzo Ball hater I sounded. Just want to clarify something. I am not a Lonzo Ball hater by any means. I love his game, and I would love to see him do better. I'm just saying that he might be underachieving a little bit. I'm not saying I don't like him. I love his game. I love how he plays. I love how passive he can be sometimes. I'm just saying he's underperforming. So just want to clarify before all the Lonzo Ball fans, especially Troy Dan, come at me in the comments saying, "Oh, you hate Lonzo Ball. I hate you too." Just want to clarify, I don't hate Lonzo Ball. I don't hate his game. I'm just saying that he's underperforming a little bit. As a matter of fact, I'd love to see him do better, and I want to see what he can do in the future. Okay, just wanted to clarify that.
Thanks, it's on the